he kind of just like I didn't want him to text me and ask me like what should we do, like dude, go
Yeah.
do it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I trust you. And that's it was built off mutual respect, and not even just with the team leaders, but even like the younger junior Marines, like the PFCs and all those dudes. Like I'm not gonna treat them like just because they're a boot. Because like a mentor once told me the only thing that differentiates us is time and experience.
Right.
Like, you can't control that. You weren't born in the same year I was born and had the same experiences as of me. Like they are who they are. They are where they are. There's nothing you can change about it. So I'm not going to treat them because of they maybe have been in the Marine Corps less time than me. Because I think that's a reason I re-enlisted, because I had such good seniors that like treated me like a human being, like firm but fair.
Right.
Like I didn't like get away with everything, obviously, but like they disciplined me when I needed it. But they used moments to like teach me something,
Mm.
not just like say random filler and yell at me to look cool in front of his homies or whatever. Um, so yeah, just like having teachable moments with your guys, I think is like leadership 101. Giving a it doesn't even have to be about the Marine Corps. Like some guy, I didn't even know how to pay a bill when I like joined the Marine Corps. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I basically I was like a 5-year-old child when I joined.
5-year-old child with guns, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Like I'm just like this kid that doesn't know how to pay a cell phone bill without my mom's help, and
Yeah.
they're giving. I'm like, well, figure it out, I guess.
Nah, that's the Marine Corps in a nutshell. So you definitely hit a few positive notes on that, and that's just this leveling with you guys, and that's something my squad leader did, Vasquez. I can remember that it was probably one of the worst parts. I'm sure you heard about Yuma or anything like that, but that was a pretty brutal field op. But there was a point in time where he could just tell we're done. Like for whatever reason, like you remember Staff Sergeant. Can't remember his name now.
Fusion?
Good old Ugin.
Huge.
For what it is, but he came in and he drove us hard. And there was a point in time where we all just broke. Like everybody's just didn't give a fuck or anything like that. And Vasquez sat us down and he levels us like, look, do you fucking think I want to do this too? Like, do you think I want to be out here in the middle of the night training, running you guys? Like, no, but we fucking have to. And it's like, I don't like it just as much as you guys, but I'm your leader, and if I get told what we're supposed to do, and this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. It's like plain and simple. I mean, he was just straight up about it, and that was like my big moment of like, wow, okay, like he understands like what we're going through, and he's going through it too, and he's a human being, but he does not like he has a job to do, and that was like my big maturity moment of transforming to, okay, if you're gonna be a leader, you're gonna have to own up to this. And I struggle with my leadership, and I've been very open with it, in my Facebook, live streams and stuff like that. Like I struggled hard with my leadership, and I would definitely don't feel like I was a leader I was supposed to be in the Marines. And I think part of that is because I just, I cared too much about what people thought about me. When I really should have just focused on my guys and just train them as hard as I possibly could. But that's all hearsay now. But at the end of the day, like I'm sure you remember Fez. Like he took my position for that deployment to Kuwait, and he was an outstanding team leader. And that's one of the proudest moments of my life is seeing him, take my spot and become an outstanding team leader to outstanding Marines. Like he was, Kisner's team leader, who's a sniper now. And I hit it on earlier, but just seeing that progression of a Marine coming in with the proper leadership and the proper guidance that can really maximize their potential. And that's the big thing I want the Marine Corps to prove on and to stick to, is maximizing Marines' potential and not just, 24/7 for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I that's because like bad leadership in a first enlistment can make or break somebody's career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this guy could be motivated as all get out, and then the moment he gets treated for a reason, and he's just going to question like, why would I even stay in the Marine Corps if this is how it's going to be? Even though that's not how it is everywhere.
No.
But that's all he knows. Of course, he's not going to want to stay in the Marine Corps.
Right.
But who knows what that person would have been capable of? That's why I always thought this dude. There's so much talent in the Marine Corps because it's so diverse. Like people come all over. with all these different experiences, like who knows what they're capable of? Like who am I gonna to be like parade and like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Like you shouldn't stay in the Marine Corps. Like because like I blossomed late, man. I was not like a standout junior Marine
Mm.
or anything like that. Like I like did what I was told. I like learned, but then like once I got to Quantico and I started getting older and like maturity started setting in, like then I started like really develop like because me as a team leader, dude, like I didn't lead the right way. Like I like again like you said, I cared too much about what other people thought.
Mm.
I wanted to look good. I wanted to be in good standing with the company. And then like as I got older, I was like, dude, I don't care. Like I'm just gonna do what I know is right, and then move from there. But I think that's just part of like the growing up process. Like you learn from your failures.
Yeah.
Because it's like if we were successful at everything we did, then like we would never learn anything.
No, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, you absolutely
yeah,
grow from your failures, and your failures shouldn't destroy you on your way up.
yeah, absolutely. It's humbling to fail, but it's at the same time, it's like you know what, I'm gonna dust myself off, and then just kind of like, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Recock and do that again, and we'll see how it goes. But then again, now getting older, it's like not trying is more of a failure than failure is.
Right. No,
So
I definitely agree. Um, so all of that. Let's focus on the out process of the military. So, what was the defining moment of it's like, you know what, not I've had enough, but I've done my time. I think this is the right decision at the right time for me to remove myself from the Marine Corps.
yeah, so I talked to Gunny Johnson when he took over as the company guns. I sat down with him for a really long time and just kind of talked, and he was very like big on me staying in, but he was also like, listen, here's what you need to do. Because I told him how goal oriented I was and like how I mapped out all my goals beforehand. I accomplished them all. He's like, you need to sit down and really think about if is there something in the Marine Corps that I want to do? Like, is that like lights a fire in me where I like want to go destroy that goal and like whatever, like the whole 9 yards. And then he was like, really sit down, do your research, like look outside the infantry even. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, look at billets, look at everything. Like, don't like there's so many resources that the Marine Corps gives you. Like, don't stay focused in 1-7, Suicide Charlie, 29 Palms. He's like, look at the big picture, see what else is out there. So I was like, okay, that's fair enough. That's a good idea. And I just like nothing like caught my attention. I thought about maybe going to SOI and like eventually working my way up to being an AIC instructor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that'd be cool because shaping the future squad leaders in the Marine Corps. But I was like, I don't really want like it doesn't really excite me that much, and that's when I knew like if I stayed in, I would half-ass.
Mm.
I would like and then that would affect my performance, and then because I truly don't want to be there, so then it would just be a disservice to like everyone around me. I would be like a shell of who I really was.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, and I'm a Christian, so I prayed about it. I talked to like a lot of like religious like mentors that I have, and, like my one of my best friends in the world, Jimmy Canales. He's actually my squad IT at the MAIT course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He ended up being like he's like my best friend in the world. He's actually gonna marry my girlfriend and I whenever.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so I talked to him for a while, and then I prayed. And I was like, I think, and I just determined the thing that was drawing me to stay in the Marine Corps was being afraid of getting out.
Hmm.
Because I was like, starting over scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, and it wasn't even like, going from being a squad leader in the Marine Corps to like being a no-name college student. So it wasn't like that. It was just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's scary. I was like, but I just kind of decided to take a leap of faith. I knew college was in play because I wanted to go to school.
Yeah.
That was like kind of like my next goal because I like as a high school student, I had talked to you like that I wasn't a good high school student. So I was like, I want to prove to myself that I can actually do well in school.
Yeah.
And get a college education. So that was kind of like the defining like. So and now it helped with the transition because like doing it the way I did, like getting that advice from Gunny Johnson.
Mm.
Because I knew I had exhausted all my resources and exhausted all my energy like there's nothing left for me to give to the Marine Corps, so it's kind of like a good peace of mind as I got out.
Yeah.
Because I loved everything the Marine Corps did for me, and I love the Marine Corps. It was obviously a love-hate relationship,
Right.
but but just knowing like that there's nothing left for me was even like times arise since I've been out. I'm like, you know what, the Marine Corps is awesome, but like I'm not supposed to be there anymore. So
Yeah.
because you know, like anytime, sometimes when you hit adversity, it's easy to go back and think about like your comfort zone, and like the Marine Corps is a comfort zone because it's easy to get comfortable there. Like it's very, you know, very black and white, like
Yeah.
A, B, and C, and then I collect pension for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Um, but like sometimes I would like find myself, maybe I was like, do I want to be back in the Marine Corps? Like, should I have gotten out? And I'm like, you know, yeah, because there's nothing left for me to give. Like,
Yeah.
life happens, adversity happens. Just because like a wrench got thrown into my plans doesn't mean I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, so that was kind of like my moment where I was like, it's time to cut the ties and go my separate way.
So looking back, I mean, you've been out for a while. I mean, how long you been out?
It'll be 2 years in March.
Yeah, it'll be 2 years in October. How do you think they handled the out process?
Honestly, man, like that, it was not good.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The individual level, so like guys like Gunny Johnson and Gunner Marine, and we had Mark Galecko, shout out Fight Club 29,
There it is.
who had seen a lot of Marines get out, and they had known a lot of their friends that had gotten out, and obviously Mark Galecko being a retired sergeant major, he himself has gotten out, and so they like offered very good advice, but as far as like the institution itself, it was very poorly done.
Yeah.
Like you can't help somebody transition out of the Marine Corps in a week-long course.